Welcome to the deep dive. Ever wonder how we really know things, how we build on what's already out there to create something new, or maybe tackle problems that seem,
It's
huge?
fundamental, isn't it?
Exactly. Today, we're unpacking research. It's this core process that shapes, well, pretty much everything, from new medicines to the choices you make every single day.
Mhm.
We've got some really interesting material to look at, including, believe it or not, a pretty fiery debate between professors
Oh, yes, sadly.
and a really solid look at how this vital work actually gets done. So yeah, get ready to maybe rethink research a bit. Okay, let's unpack this.
Let's do it.
Our mission basically is to pull out the key nuggets here. What is research? Why does it matter so much? How do people actually do it? And how it's relevant to everyone, not just academics and labs.
Right, not just the white coats and beakers image.
Definitely not. So we're going to kick things off by jumping straight into the scenario our sources describe. It's this lively dialogue
Dramatic, even.
between the two professors, yeah. Yes. Two university professors locked in that age-old question. Which came first? The chicken or the egg?
A classic.
It really is. And one is insisting, really passionately, the data is irrefutable. There is conclusive evidence to support my theory, very certain.
Absolutely, sir.
But the other professor, not buying it, counters that the investigative approach was flawed and the collection of data was not systematic.
Ooh, strong word.
They're literally calling each other preposterous and oblivious to the fact that they might be wrong. It gets quite heated.
What's fascinating here, though, isn't just the absurdity of arguing about chickens and eggs like that,
Right.
but how this spirited exchange, it immediately throws us to some core challenges of research, doesn't it?
It really does.
It's all about that quest for irrefutable data, sure. But maybe more importantly, it really highlights the pitfalls, a flawed method, the absolute need for a systematic approach.
Yeah, you can see why that matters.
Without that rigor, even what looks like conclusive evidence can lead to a large margin of error, and that stops you getting a truly definitive conclusion.
So it makes you question everything.
Exactly. It forces us to ask, how do we really know something is true? Beyond just like the raw facts. It's not just about finding an answer, but understanding how that rigorous process, that inquiry, forces us to confront our own biases
Yeah.
and the limits of our methods too.
So, okay, beyond the whole chicken and egg thing, what does this passionate chase for answers tell us about research itself at its core?
Well, fundamentally, our sources define it pretty clearly. Research is the process of finding new information, answering questions, and solving problems.
Simple definition, but powerful.
Very. And it's not just for academics, like you said. It's a tool to understand and, importantly, to improve things.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, then, why is it so important?
Well, that's where it gets really profound. It helps humanity gain knowledge across all fields. It pushes the boundaries of what we even think is possible. The real power isn't just piling up facts. It's systematically taking apart assumptions, revealing our blind spots, pushing the very edges of human understanding.
That makes sense.
Think about it. Without this constant questioning, how would we have found life-saving medicines or explored distant galaxies or even developed the tech that's connecting us right now?
Good point.
It's basically the engine of all progress. It drives us forward.
And it's not just these huge, grand discoveries, is it? This power, it kind of translates down to your everyday world, too.
Absolutely. Research helps solve really practical problems, like, say, a city struggling with traffic jams.
Okay.
Research can analyze traffic flow, commuter habits, even the timing of traffic lights to figure out specific solutions, not just guessing.
Here for businesses.
Oh, definitely. If a company is launching a new product, market research can uncover exactly what customers need, what they prefer. It can stop costly mistakes, help ensure success.
And that's not just asking people what they want, is it? It's deeper.
It's much deeper. It involves analyzing behavior, trends, sometimes things people don't even consciously realize they prefer.
Interesting. So when you picture research, maybe the default is scientists in labs, right? White coats, maybe some bubbling beakers.
That's the stereotype, yeah.
But our sources are really clear. Research isn't just one thing. It's a huge, diverse field, lots of different types, done for all sorts of reasons, and it affects pretty much every part of our lives, sometimes in ways we don't even notice.
That's such a crucial point. The way research gets done, it depends entirely on the goal, right? And the subject, and the methods that are best suited to unravel that particular puzzle.
So it adapts.
Totally. Sometimes, you need rigorous controlled experiments, testing hypotheses. Other times it's about digging deep into existing info, like historical records, or maybe observing human behavior out in the real world.
It's flexible.
Highly adaptable,
Yeah.
always tailored to the question you're asking.
Okay, let's explore some of these main types then, based on our sources. First up, you mentioned it, scientific research.
Right, the big one.
This is about understanding the natural world, technology, medicine, human health, the classic stuff. Medical researchers looking for new treatments, or physicists exploring the laws of the universe.
And what's key there is often the controlled experiment, trying to isolate variables, test specific ideas.
Which can lead to breakthroughs you just couldn't predict otherwise.
Exactly. And sometimes scientific research blends with other fields. For instance, medical research.
Okay, a specific type of scientific.
Yeah, a highly specialized form. It helps doctors and scientists find new ways to treat and prevent diseases. It's really driven by that urgent need to help people, right? Developing vaccines, finding better cancer treatments.
So it's scientific rigor aimed right at human benefit.
Precisely.
Then there's something quite different, historical research, studying past events, people, cultures.
Yeah, fascinating stuff.
And historians, they don't just read old books, do they?
Not at all. They meticulously go through primary sources, letters, diaries, old forgotten newspapers, even physical artifacts from archaeology.
To piece together the past.
Exactly. Reconstructing ancient civilizations, understanding how societies evolved, how past decisions still affect us now. It's like detective work, really. Piecing together a story from fragments.
Cool. What else?
Well, related but distinct is social research. This focuses right in on human behavior, cultures, societies.
So people studying people.
Pretty much. This is where sociologists and psychologists work. They might study, say, how kids learn in different classroom settings, or how different kinds of ads influence what we buy.
That must be tricky. People are complicated.
Oh, hugely.
Yeah.
That's the challenge, right? Human behavior isn't always predictable, like a chemical reaction. So they need nuanced methods, surveys, interviews, observations to get real insights.
Okay. And for businesses, you mentioned market research earlier.
Yep, market research, super critical for businesses. It's all about understanding customer needs, preferences, behaviors. It shapes products, services, everything. A company might research, say, which colors people prefer for a new phone, or what type of food is popular in a particular neighborhood. Often involves big surveys, maybe focus groups, gives companies a direct line to what people actually want.
Right. Makes sense.
And really important for anyone learning, there's educational research.
How we learn.
Exactly. It helps improve teaching methods, learning experiences. Researchers might study if online learning is as effective as being in a classroom, for example, or which teaching tricks really get students engaged.
So it directly shapes schools and universities.
And training programs, yeah. How effective our education systems are.
Okay, one more.
One more key one mentioned is environmental research. This focuses on nature, climate, ecosystems.
Really important today.
Hugely. Scientists study critical issues, air pollution, deforestation, global warming, try and find solutions. Like how do we protect the oceans from all the plastic?
How did I do that?
Often involves collecting massive amounts of data, long-term monitoring of environments, building computer models to predict changes, understanding really complex natural systems.
Yeah, okay, so that's a huge variety. Scientific, historical, social, market, educational, environmental.
It touches everything.
But how does it all get done? I mean, it can't just be random guessing, right?
Oh, absolutely not. Good research follows a clear, a step-by-step way of finding, analyzing, and understanding information. That's crucial for accuracy, for reliability. It's a methodical journey.
Okay, walk us through that journey. What are the steps?
Right. So our sources detail what they call the research process. And honestly, each stage is critical. It starts, perhaps obviously, with choosing a topic.
Sounds simple enough.
It sounds simple, but it's deceptively crucial. You need a well-framed question.
Yeah.
It has to be specific enough that you can actually answer it, but broad enough to matter, to be significant.
Get that wrong.
And the whole thing can just kind of fall apart later. For example, instead of just saying climate change, which is huge, a strong topic might be, say, the effects of climate change on Arctic wildlife. Much more focused.
Okay, got it. Specificity matters. What's next?
Once you have that focused question, step 2 is gathering information, collecting data. That could be from books, academic journals, reliable websites, interviews, maybe looking at past studies.
Reliable sources. You mentioned that before.
Super important, yes. The key is reliable sources. Think government reports, university studies, peer-reviewed journals, expert interviews. You have to sort the credible stuff from just opinion or, outdated information.
Makes sense. Then what?
Well, woven into this, as we said, research starts with asking questions. It's always driven by a specific question that needs an answer.
Right, the focus.
Exactly. That question guides the whole study, keeps it on track. For instance, someone studying healthy eating might ask, how does sugar specifically affect children's energy levels? That question is like your compass.
Okay. Question, gather info then.
Then comes actually doing something with it, conducting experiments and surveys. This is where, the rubber meets the road.
Getting the raw data.
Exactly. Scientists might test ideas in controlled experiments, like comparing two groups of patients, one getting a new medicine, one getting a placebo. Or companies gather data through surveys asking people what products they like most. This is where you actively generate or collect the raw data through careful observation, measurement, or interaction.
Okay, so now you have potentially a lot of data.
Potentially mountains of it. Which leads to the next crucial step, analyzing data.
Making sense of it all.
Precisely. Carefully studying everything you collected, looking for patterns, trends, important facts. This can involve complex statistical methods if it's numbers. Or maybe detailed coding and interpretation if it's qualitative data, like from interviews or observations.
Yeah.
It's about transforming that raw stuff into meaningful, verifiable patterns, not just, eyeballing it and guessing.
Right, needs rigor.
Absolutely. After the analysis, researchers move to drawing conclusions.
What did we find out?
Essentially, yes. They synthesize their findings, figure out what the information tells them and how it can be used. If it was about that new medicine, they decide, is it safe? Is it effective? If it was about teaching methods, did it actually help students learn better?
So turning insights into knowledge.
Into actionable knowledge, or maybe even new questions for further research. It's where the payoff happens.
And is that the end?
Almost. The final and really vital step is sharing results.
Getting it out there.
Exactly. Findings are written up reports, articles for peer-reviewed journals, or they're presented at conferences. This lets other people learn from the work, maybe build on it, check it, critique it. It advances the whole field.
So it's not done in isolation.
Ideally, no. It's how that individual search for knowledge becomes a collective step forward for everyone, pushing the boundaries of what we all understand.
Listening to that, it's this whole systematic journey from nailing down a precise question to carefully gathering and analyzing data and then sharing it openly that really makes research so powerful, isn't it?
That's it. That's how we move from just guessing or believing something to actually, understanding it on a much deeper level.
But it can't all be smooth sailing, right?
Oh, definitely not. Which, raises an important point. Research, while it's incredibly powerful, it's certainly not without its difficulties. It's a challenging process. Lots of obstacles.
Okay, like what kind of hurdles do researchers face according to our sources?
Well, one major challenge is finding accurate and reliable information. We touched on this.
Especially now with so much stuff online.
Exactly. We're flooded with information, but not all of it's trustworthy. Some sources might be wrong or biased. Researchers have to be incredibly diligent, checking multiple sources, vetting credibility. It's a constant fight against misinformation, really.
Okay, that's a big one. What else?
Another huge factor is time and cost.
Right.
Research, particularly scientific research, isn't usually quick. It can take months, years, sometimes decades.
Wow.
And it often requires, as the source says, expensive equipment, travel, or large teams of researchers, which means it needs funding, usually from governments, universities, private companies. It's a significant investment.
So finding good info and having the time and money. Anything else?
Yes, and this is absolutely critical. Ethics in research.
Being fair and honest.
Absolutely. Our sources emphasize that researchers must follow rules to ensure fairness and honesty. They must not lie about their findings or change data to fit their opinions. Integrity is everything.
Because trust is essential.
Completely. And crucially, they also must respect the rights of people who participate in studies. That means getting informed consent permission and protecting their privacy. It's especially when studying human behavior.
And for science, animals, the environment.
Yes, ethical guidelines extend there too. Considering the impact on the environment, ensuring animals are treated humanely and safely, especially when testing things like new drugs or doing ecological studies. It's about responsibility alongside the discovery.
You have to ensure the quest for knowledge doesn't cause undue harm.
Exactly. The pursuit of knowledge can't come at an unacceptable ethical cost.
So you can really see how integrity, responsibility, they're just as vital to the whole research process as finding the actual answers.
If that breaks down, the whole system of building knowledge starts to crumble.
Yeah, I get that. Now, let's maybe broaden this out a bit because you said earlier, research isn't just for scientists or students in libraries, it's part of everyday life.
It really is. For all of us, you're probably doing research all the time without even slapping that label on it.
How so? Give me some examples.
Okay, well, think about it. When you read product reviews online before buying something, that's research. You're gathering data to make an informed choice.
Okay, yeah, I do that.
Or comparing different job offers. Looking at salary, benefits, commute, company culture, that's research too. Trying to find the best fit.
Right. Travel planning.
Perfect example. Looking up destinations, comparing hotel reviews, checking flight prices, finding activities. That's all research. Parents looking for good schools for their kids, that involves a ton of research.
Even doctors.
Constantly. Doctors are always researching the latest treatments, new studies, best practices for their patients. They have to stay updated. It's just an inherent part of navigating our complex world and making choices that aren't just random guesses.
And the internet has changed this completely, hasn't
Oh,
it?
massively. It's revolutionized access. We can get huge amounts of information so quickly now. Search engines, online libraries, databases, educational sites. It's incredible compared to even, say, 20 or 30 years ago.
But there's a catch.
There's a big catch. As our sources warn, it is important to check if the information is true and reliable. Just because it pops up first on Google doesn't make it accurate or unbiased.
So critical thinking is more important than ever.
More vital than ever. You need the skills to evaluate sources, spot bias, cross-reference information. The easy access comes with a responsibility to be discerning.
Okay. Looking ahead then, what about the future of research? Is it changing?
It's always changing, always improving,
Yeah.
constantly evolving. Technology obviously is playing a massive role.
Like AI.
Exactly. Artificial intelligence is helping researchers analyze enormous data sets way faster than humans could, spotting subtle patterns, making connections.
And other tools?
Yeah, advanced tools are pushing boundaries everywhere, exploring space in more detail, developing personalized medicine, creating new materials, tackling huge environmental problems like climate change. Research keeps shaping how we learn, how we communicate. It's continually redefining what's possible and how we understand our world.
So, wrapping this all up, what does this mean for, for you listening?
I think the core message is that research isn't some distant academic thing.
Right.
It's a fundamental skill. It's an approach. It empowers all of us to navigate a really complex world, make better choices for ourselves and our communities, and even contribute to progress in small ways. It's about having a systematic curiosity about things.
And as we've seen, it really is a valuable skill everyone can use every day, not just experts.
Definitely. It's about nurturing that curiosity, trying to be systematic when you look for answers, and thinking critically about the information you find.
Okay, so to leave everyone with a thought to chew on, let's go back to that classic English joke from the sources. Why did the chicken cross the road?
Yeah. To get to the other side.
Maybe. But as our sources playfully point out, there are a million answers. So what does that tell us? If even a simple joke can have endless interpretations, what does that say about finding a truly definitive conclusion in a world just overflowing with information?
That's a great question.
Maybe the real answer isn't always finding that one single final point. Maybe it's more about the process itself, that rigorous, systematic journey of asking questions, exploring possibilities, critically weighing evidence, rather than just landing on one fixed destination. What do you think?
Something to definitely think about? The journey, not just the destination.
Exactly. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the really fascinating world of research.
It was a pleasure.
We hope you feel a bit more equipped, maybe inspired, to apply some of these ideas, systematic inquiry, critical thinking in your own life, whatever questions you're tackling. Until next time.